Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Ashley, and welcome to all of my new family. Hi, y'all done checked out this channel, huh? Y'all wanted to see what we was doing over here, okay? And to all of my old family members, how y'all doing? How's y'all feeling? What's been popping? What's new? Please mention all those things down in the comments. I want to know what's going on in you all's lives, just as well as I know you all want to know what's going on in my life. So you guys, in today's video, it's all about adulting. Like, we gonna get to everything because I did some research for you all. I got some stories for you all. I got some things to tell y'all about adulting, and we're gonna get into all of that in today's video. So you guys, adulting, whoo! So I'm gonna be using my laptop today, you guys. The handy dandy notebook just wasn't gonna cover everything. So I'm gonna be, if you all see me looking down, that's because I'm looking at my laptop. So you guys, my question to start this off is what adulting really is versus what we thought. I'm gonna let that sit on y'all mind for a minute. Like, growing up, our parents may or may not have given us all that we feel like we should have received about adulting and about adulthood. Definitely, I know growing up, my parents mentioned going to school, getting your education, you know, working hard, getting a job, all those things. But they didn't really drop it down to the millisecond, okay, of what adulthood really entails. You're not gonna know what adulting really is until you become an adult. That's just gonna be pure honesty. I mean, they can talk to you till you're blue in the face, but you're really not gonna know what adulting is until you actually step foot into that type of life. My next question is adulthood gender oriented? And I'm pretty sure a lot of you all are thinking like, what do you mean gender oriented? I mean, is adulthood different for males versus females? Is it the same? I don't know. We're gonna get into all of that. So you guys, my understanding of adulthood is becoming mature, handling your business, taking care of all the things you need to take care of. But what is really adulting? You feel me? What does it really entail? So you guys, I did some research, okay? And what I found out was that young adults living with their parents hit at least the 8-decade high in July. And this is around the pandemic. So this is facts of this year, you guys. And pretty much because of the pandemic, it had a lot to do with disrupting jobs. So it makes sense on why a lot of young adults, transition back home to their parents. Definitely, this article did come from the author of Dara Singh. Okay, you guys, if you all want to look that up, just look up adulthood, type in Dara Singh. Okay, I will definitely drop the article information and the author down below in the comment section. But let's talk about that, you guys. So the pandemic hit, right? Boom. Nobody's able to go to work, okay? You can't work, can't make no money type of thing. So a lot of adults had to go back home to their parents, which in my understanding is very unfortunate. I mean, let's be real, you guys. Who wants to go back home to their mom and dad? Not I, okay? Not I. Just to give you all a personal story. After I graduated from college, my main focus was to get me in my own place. I was not interested in moving back home with my parents. Mom and dad, if you all are watching this, I love you dearly. Of course, I would want to come home and be with you all. But you know, you guys, that's something I just didn't want to do. It wasn't aligned with the goals I had for myself. It wasn't aligned with the plan I had for myself. So I knew that going home was not an option. Now, for those that experienced the other side of the pandemic where you didn't have a choice, there are some adults that do end up staying with their parents. Now, mind you, I don't think it's a bad idea to go back home and live with your mom and dad. I don't think it's a bad idea at all. But you do have to have a plan. I don't think you should be moving into your parents' crib, laying around, not doing nothing. No. You need to be working. You need to be contributing. You need to have a plan on what you're going to be doing to move out of their place and into your own place. And a lot of times I believe parents enable their kids. And when I say enable, I mean you give them a clutch. You rubbing their back and you're like, it's okay, you can stay here. And that's fine. But you're an adult. It's time for you to act like it. It's time for you to boss up, get this money, and go get your own place. You cannot simply call yourself an adult if you living in mommy and daddy's house. Like, being an adult is being on your own, being independent, taking care of yourself. Granted, there are times when you do need help, but majority of the time you are taking care of yourself. So you guys, some other research that I found out was more than half of adults under 30, okay, are living with one or both of their parents. Y'all, more than half. What's happening? Why is it that a lot of adults is living with their parents? I can tell you why. Being an adult entails financial responsibility. That is the biggest thing. And a lot of people do not tell you that. When you're in college, they don't tell you that. Your parents may or may not tell you that. Your friends probably won't tell you that. Being an adult is, the first thing of adulthood is financial responsibility. You have to be able to take care of yourself as paying rent, buying food, paying utilities, car notes, and then everything else comes after that. But at the top of the list, there is financial responsibility. And because of that, you have adults that is unable to do that. Now, why? There could be a number of things on why adults, they go back home to their parents, lack of financial funds, lack of motivation, not ready. Just simply not ready to be an adult. I'm not even going to lie to you all. It is hard work. And for anyone that sits there and tells you otherwise, they're lying. Okay? They're lying to you. Being an adult is no joke. It's no joke. Living in this world is literally not for the weak. Okay? Because let me explain something to you all. Around the time that I graduated from college, I had already had a job. I already pretty much knew I was getting promoted. But I still had to go through the whole process, apply, interview, stuff like that. But yeah, I had to find me an apartment. While finding an apartment, you have to look into certain things when you're looking for these apartments, okay? You have to figure out, do you want to pay rent plus utilities, or do you want your utilities all included? I'm an all-inclusive kind of person. I'll pay 1 or 2 utility bills, but that's about it. I'm not trying to pay my rent plus 4 other utility bills. That's just not feasible for me. That's just not for me. I don't think anyone should be doing it unless you a big baller shot caller. Then if you are, go ahead. Hey, whatever floats your boat, okay? Then you have that. You have to secure this apartment, which makes me go into my next point. Credit. Okay, you guys. So they don't tell you about this either, in all honesty, and it's very unfortunate. Credit is so important. Let me tell you this. Having credit is extremely important. Do not be one of those people that believes, oh, the man is trying to hold me down. This is just society trying to control people. Look, to buy a car from a credible dealership, not from your uncle around the way, not from no janky shop. No, to buy a car from a credible dealership, you need to have established credit. And there are some things that I learned when I was buying my first car. There's this thing called credit history. And credit history pretty much is how long have you had established credit. Simple as that. How long have you had credit? Now, for those that has never had a credit card, you pretty much is at a fair standing of credit because there's nothing in your name, there's no inquiries on your credit report, you haven't done anything. So you pretty much have fair credit. Now, there are a couple of things that you can do that does contribute to your credit score. That is opening up a bank account, having that said bank account for a certain amount of time, getting a credit card. What else? At this point, you also can, now that I didn't know this, the streaming apps that you use like Netflix and Hulu, if you pay those things, you can also add that to your credit. Yeah, I found that out, y'all. You can add that to your credit and it will boost your credit score. Probably not as much as if you put an apartment on there or a car note or a credit card, but it still will contribute. Third thing, groceries. Yeah, when you're moving into this said apartment, how you gonna eat? Some, if you want government assistance, you clutch your Gucci, okay? Because you don't have to sit here and budget out your money in order to accommodate for groceries. The government is accommodating for the groceries for you. Now, depending on how much you get, you might have to throw out some more money, but it ain't like the other adults where you have to legit budget how much money that you're able to sit there and spend for groceries. And we all know groceries is as expensive as gas. It's very, very, very sad, if not more. So you guys, what does adulting mean? So I found out that adulting means having a budget. At this point in my life, I'm still trying to understand budgeting. Definitely budgeting is a personal based thing to do. I do recommend that everyone get a budget. Whether you are living with your parents or not, you need to create a budget. You need to have an outline of the money that is coming into your account, the money that is leaving your account, and what you have left over. That is so important because that's how you are able to see where your money is going and where your money is coming from and how much you're spending, so that way you can allocate for things like saving up for an emergency fund, saving up for a trip. Those are things that you have to do in order to create those type of accounts. Next thing you have is buying a house. Now, this isn't so much important to me, but it may be important to others. Right now, I'm not too much interested in buying a house, just because, one, houses are overly expensive, okay? A lot goes into buying a house. Definitely, I have had conversations with friends, my parents, and my understanding of having a house is 2 people. It should be 2 people living in the house, okay? One person should not be paying all the bills. If you can, like I said before, if you can do it, baller shot caller, by all means, go ahead. But why spend all that money just because you have it? You feel me? So next, guys, you have filing your own taxes. This one is not as hard as you probably would think it would be. So when you do start working, you do have to file taxes. It is not something you should dodge. I'm just being honest. It's not something you should dodge. You definitely should be filing your taxes. Growing up, I got a job at 16. So obviously I was getting pay stubs. At that time, at that age, you cannot file yourself. Your parents file you, and then boom, you add on, you can also file yourself, but you're not filing yourself as an independent because you're not independent. So, from that moment on, pretty much my parents ended up filing me up until last year. Yeah, what was it this year? Either one. My parents stopped filing me. That was kind of like basically me telling them like, okay, can you all stop filing me? Like, I'm an adult now. You don't have to do that. So, yeah, pretty much that's what happened. They kind of stopped filing me. They also stopped filing my brother as well, which is 2 years. He's 2 years younger than me. So he also wanted to stop getting filed as well. But that's definitely a decision to make if you are working a full-time job and you are filing yourself, okay? If you are not, you are still dependent and your parents are still filing you, but technically by law, I think it's the age of, I don't know if it's 24 or 25 that your parents can stop filing you, but if you are living in a house, baby, you still gonna be on their taxes, period. Next we have, I already talked about this, but I'm gonna mention it anyways. Understanding and monitoring your credit score. So you guys, there's a lot of things that entails in a credit score. And people don't pay attention to this, but you need to. First and foremost, if you decide that you want to get a credit card, which is perfectly fine, everyone wants to get a credit card because you are able to use money that is not currently available in your actual bank account, but it is money that you are borrowing. Now, let me tell you this now, and I'm speaking from experience. Do not, I'm gonna look y'all dead in y'all eyes. Do not get you a credit card if you cannot pay on it. I said it. I'm sorry. I said it, y'all. I say this because it will mess your credit up. I'm not gonna say it again. It will mess your credit up, okay? You have to be able to afford a credit card because you are borrowing money, but you have to pay it back. If you don't make those payments on time, the credit bureau, the credit card company, will let your credit bureau know that you didn't, and it will be considered as a late payment or missed payment on your credit report, which is red, bad. You do not want that. Anytime, let me tell you this, anytime you miss a payment, anytime there is a hard inquiry, and I'll talk about hard inquiries, anytime those things happen to your credit, it drops your credit score. Now, specifically, I don't know how many points, but you can easily go from having, let's say, a 650, because that's a fair credit score. You can easily go from having a 650 credit score to having a 580 credit score. You don't want that. And 580, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's poor. Definitely going to show a credit score chart so you all can see it. But yeah, you don't want that. And what happens when those things happen is it takes a while for you to build back that credit. Like, you still need to make those payments. Like, just because you missed the payment don't mean you like, oh, well, disregard it. Well, I missed it. It is what it is. No. You need to make that payment. You need to pay that. You need to pay that credit card off. Like, honestly, I'm gonna tell y'all. So I was probably in my early 20s. I was working part-time and I was also going to school, and I wanted to get a credit card. So at the time, I didn't too much know information about credits. I didn't know the difference between credit cards and all this other stuff, and I got me a Victoria's Secret credit card. And for all those, I'm speaking to my girls, oh my guys, hey, I know judgment. If you shop at Victoria's Secrets, you know how easy it is to rack up on a credit card at Victoria's Secrets. Very easy. So that's something that I did. Got a credit card, got approved, started buying stuff from Victoria's Secrets, paid minimum payment. Let me tell you all, when you get a credit card, I honestly will say pay more than the actual bill. If they say pay 50, maybe pay 60, 75, 80, you know, because it makes the banks and the credit bureaus look at you like, oh, she paid more this month. Okay. It makes you good. It makes you look in good standing, honestly. But no, back to the story. Simply, I didn't do that thing. I was very frugal with the credit card. And then I didn't know this. So, if you have a credit card from Victoria's Secrets, because Victoria's Secrets and Bath and Body Works, and I think a couple of other stores, is under a company called L Brands. I think I know it was them, but it might have changed. I don't know. You could use that credit card at all the other stores. So y'all know how that was. But pretty much, I was very, very immature with my credit card. I did not practice financial literacy with that credit card. And to this day, I'm still paying. You don't want that. You do not want that. Because let me tell you something. If you don't pay on your credit card and your credit card account gets closed, your credit, that account can go to a collection agency. That said collection agency will be reaching out to you. Hello, excuse me, yeah, you owe us money. Okay? Your account for Victoria's Secret has been transferred over to us, and we're calling to set up a payment plan because you still need to pay this. You can't run from it. It's on your credit. You cannot run from it. You cannot hide from it. You simply need to be an adult and pay it. That's why they tell college kids, because college kids can get credit cards easily. And a lot of credit card companies prey on college students because they know we don't have financial literacy. They know we thirsty for a credit card because guess what? In college, you broke. You ain't got no money. You eat ramen noodles and hot dogs. So you don't want a credit card so you can sit there and buy you whatever you want. Don't get caught up in the hype, y'all. Don't get caught up. Next, you have investing in your 401k. Now, this is still new to me. I know that when you work at companies, they pretty much get this. This is all set up in like your benefits package. Pretty much, I guess, from your paychecks, you know, so much money goes to that 401k. I think that is optional. You can sign up for it if you want to, but you cannot. But the downside is if you do leave that company, pretty much that 401k plan that you had kind of disperses. It does not go with you. So that's probably why a lot of people be staying at their companies for like 5, 10 plus years. So that's something. Then you have doing your own laundry. You guys, doing laundry is honestly, it's simple, but it can be a lot if you allow it to be. Now, there are some people that sit there and they do their laundry every week. Then you have other people, like myself, that lets the laundry build up. Like, it could be a week where I just do not have the time to do laundry, and last week's clothes folds over into next week's dirty clothes, and then next thing you know, I got 2 weeks worth of dirty clothes, and I'm like, okay, now I gotta go to the laundromat. And then you up in there all day because you didn't do the laundry every week like you should have. So you guys, do your laundry. I don't too much want to get into that. Like, if you don't know how to do your laundry, I don't know what to tell you. Like, you should know how to do laundry. Separate your colors from your whites. Whatever detergent you want to use, that is on you. Fabric softener, the scent boosters, and your dryer sheets. Come on now. These are things you should already know what to do. And if you do not know how to do your laundry, you might want to talk to your friends or YouTube it. It's not that hard, it's very simple. So next, you guys, we have scheduling regular doctor's appointments. That goes without saying. You should be scheduling your doctor's appointments regularly. Women. Look, we are women, okay? There are things that you need to get checked on regularly. Please do that. Please do that. Please. You don't want to have to go up into the doctor for whatever reason and then find out that you got something because you didn't do what you were supposed to do. Like, bruh. And guys, if y'all are sexually active, y'all need to be going to the doctor regularly. Okay? If you ain't using a condom, you need to be going to the doctor regularly. I'm just gonna be blunt about it, honestly. Because people do not like going to the doctor and then you sitting over here doing what you're doing with other people. And that's how you pass diseases. That's how you pass stuff. Like, just regularly go to the doctor, get checkups, be on top of your health because no one else is going to do it for you. Simple as that. Next we have making a list to take when you're going to the grocery store. That's up to you, honestly. I kind of do it just so I don't be in the grocery store just grabbing stuff. But yeah, make a list, be organized. Definitely just be on top of your stuff as an adult. I don't want this video to be too long. We're already at 27 minutes and counting. Definitely comment down below if you all want me to do a part 2. I will do that if that is something you all want me to do. If you don't, that is also fine as well. But you guys, that is everything on adulting. I honestly hope that you all enjoyed this video. I hope that you all value the information that I provided to you all. And I hope that you use it. I hope that it does really come to help with you in understanding this life called adulting, because it ain't nothing but a hot mess. But you all to pause. I need you all to like this video. I need you all to comment on this video. I also want you all to share this video. But most importantly, I want you all to subscribe. But you guys, I love you so much. Thank you for coming to see me. And I will see you all in next video. Bye.